Whew! What a game. So, who I thought we were is off to the wall, and now we are the new lord. And we have to protect our trees, because they're magical, but we don't know how, so... Hopefully we get to be let in on the secret now, because we're going to be the lord. He seemed to be taking the death of his father rather well. That's a little bit concerning, but let's go have a look, see what happens. I'm excited.
I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
He let me ride one of his pigs once. It was fun.
Garrett is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Okay, it was serious.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a
I
milksop.
beat him up for that, but I'm so weak.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
I'll
He
get
doesn't
better.
know me or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know, but I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword. Like a man.
Yeah.
He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
True that.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
You lazy ass.
We had so much fun. But then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything.
Yeah, that's puberty for you.
Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them. It's for you to decide for yourself.
Might have to anyway.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
You'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
Yeah, because it's not like I wanted my dad and older brother to die, so...
Since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Technically.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once. But Ethan will be a good lord. A proper lord.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
Responsibility. I have to decide how many sweets I should eat, not how many I want. Yeah. Bye, sister.
What's the
Yeah,
matter?
serious.
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay with his family. Lord Whitehill is a mean old man
I'm
anyways.
lord.
I might remind you, Sir Royland, I'm the new Lord of House Forrester, not you.
Of course, my lord.
Yeah.
It's okay. You should go. It's what must be done.
So I listen to my sister, not you.
Fine, let's be done with it.
It's actually better than listening to him. Because she's probably not going to kill me. The other guy might kill me for power. You know how men are in war. If you've seen Game of Thrones.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett.
He's
I
in the
told
bath.
him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Is, was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there you said you were the Lord. Now prove it.
Alright.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord
Yeah.
Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
And dogs. That's not all. Hey. Sup?
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Thank you, Lord Whitehill.
Oh.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
How dare you!
Yeah.
I dare, and I'll do as I damn well please. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur.
Not a cook.
No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt.
Fat bastard.
It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
We all serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason. You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. Soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
He was sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
I did.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy. And you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
I've heard enough, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
Thanks, Mom.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own, that the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
I didn't lie. Much. Yeah, throw an insult to his back.
You're a craven, Lord Whitehill.
Maybe I shouldn't have insulted his back like that. But he's such a dick.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once. Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Alright. So we shouldn't bring her home, we should use her to work the politics. That's pretty clever. What's this unfinished letter? What is it? Alright. I'll have to be a bit of a description there.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Yeah. High Garden brooch?
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Yunkish coin?
Asher sent me this coin, to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
You can buy gas there. And snacks.
Ethan made this for me.
I guess those are just Essos in general, not Essos the place. Okay, so he can carve and he can play the lute, but he can't fight yet. He can use those carving skills. Carve up some of those nasty Whitehill men.
Wonders Made by Man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all
I hope
someday.
it's illustrated. Just describes it. Oh man, this thing they made was so awesome. Ah, I'm India.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Oh, so much emotions. So many feels.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Hello? Okay, I better get that.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
I am deeply disturbed. But come on in anyway.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fantastic.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Go and tell whoever's paying
Please
you off.
hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
Well, yeah.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
I don't trust anybody here.
I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Well, that's why I thought you were a spy, but... You're a spy for me? Or are you double spying to win my trust? There's the cleavage. I mean,
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Yeah, she's always trying to look sexy in the show.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together.
Aww.
You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford.
Yeah.
Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept.
Hey guys.
She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Was it a good painting?
She was very pleased with herself.
Oh.
Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her.
Oh.
I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I don't want to get murdered.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Once Marjorie's queen, then she can do something, right? Like, but we have to survive until then.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive
Just
us.
the... Probably still live with Cersei because she's the king's father and stuff. And mother. She's so hardcore, I just said father.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. No. Hey, Lannisters, what's up? Good to see you.
You can do this.
Yeah, it should be okay. Where's that WAGH stuff? There we go. Yep, just walk up there. Say you're sorry that your family was murdered. Fighting for the people they swore to protect.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Hi, seriously. I don't hate you. Better kneel. She hates everybody.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Okay, it's a good start.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
But she's a girl too.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yeah, Joffrey. Definitely.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Recent traitors. They were
the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
Thanks, Tyrion.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did name Joffrey as the one true king.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Probably. Yes, yes.
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father.
I didn't say we forgave him.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
War's not over, bitch.
There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't
Well, I
you?
wouldn't like...
Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly
Would you eat a
Rock.
worm?
It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yeah, sure. I'll just say it, and then
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I won't do it if she makes me do something terrible.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Love that guy.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
No.
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps
Come on,
not.
you told me to lie.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts?
The Shadow knows.
You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Dump that
I'm
bitch.
sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants.
Yeah.
Which is not very encouraging.
Isn't that what you would do?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Not that I would say that.
Of course, Your Grace.
Come on, Marjorie, come on. Tyrion understands.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear.
Yeah.
Poor Lady Margaery was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady
She
Margaery.
kind of told me to.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester.
If only I'd known.
Lady Margaery might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Then not pushing time?
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Wow. That's intense. I seriously, like, who do you go with? Like, Marjorie's not related, Tyrion is. They hate Tyrion.
Mira, I was worried.
But he's actually a Lannister.
How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now.
It's not over.
Lady Margaery has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back. Here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons.
Oh, right. Party row.
Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour. Which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
He is quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Margaery could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Yeah.
Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
If it was Joffrey?
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Oh, hell no.
He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Margaery well.
Yeah, you know what?
Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You Northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter.
Safe job.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Thanks.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Well? Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
We were just playing.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display,
That's
Mirror.
what you wanted, right? Don't hate me.
I'm just glad it's over.
Yeah.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No, people will hate you no matter what.
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
True that.
You learn very quickly. You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family.
Yeah, it sucks.
I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Ugh. And that's where we're going to leave off. And I'll see you next time. And I don't know if I should ask her for help or not. Find out next time on Game of Thrones. With me, Jeffrey. But no pants. Never pants. Oh, Cersei fucking Lannister. Where's my quick time event to cut a bitch? Where? Just let me hit D, like push D repeatedly to cut a bitch. That's all I'm asking for. Just. But that wouldn't help anybody. My character would just die and redeem my family. So here we are. Jesus, this is a intense game. This is some pretty intense stuff. Like, we're just talking, but it's the implication, you know? Like, it's Game of Thrones. You don't know what people are going to decide, who's dangerous, who's not. It's intense, and I'm loving it. It's still great. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a good time. I'm having a great time. I hope we can keep having a good time together. Leave a like if you're having a good time. Subscribe. Hey, we can have good times doing other stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you for the stunning conclusion of Game of Thrones.